Now we will see the privilege instructions as the type 1 checking is there. Here the privilege instructions are executable only if max RPL, CPL is less than equal to IOPL. Now the first privilege instruction is HLT halt. On executing HLT, the processor will enter the halt state. The halt will stop the instruction execution, current instruction execution, and it places 386 processor in a halt state. When it will resume when the interrupt is enabled or NMI or reset pin is set, then the processor will continue the execution. If an interrupt is used to resume the execution after halt, the saved CSIP value points to the instruction following HLT. That means after HLT, whatever instruction was there or whatever the instruction is there, that will be pointed by using CSIP value, code segment instruction pointer, or it may be CSEIP. There is no flag which will be affected by the HLT. Second instruction is CLTS, clear task switched flag, which is present in control register 0. Now how it works, the TS flag in CR0, it will be set to 0. So this is the TS flag which is present in control register 0. CLTS clears the task switch flag in register CR0. This flag is set by 386 every time a task switch occurs. So when there is a switching from one task to another, the 386 processor will set the flag. When we execute CLTS, it will be set to 0. It will be cleared. So reset the CLTS. The TS flag is used to manage processor extensions as follow. So what are those extensions? Every execution of escape instruction is trapped if the TS flag is set. Execution of a wait instruction is trapped if the MP flag and TS flag are set. So it results as if a task switch was made after escape instruction was begun, the processor extensions context may need to be saved before a new escape instruction can be issued. The fault handler saves the context and resets the TS flag. The flag affected is TS as it is equal to 0. Next instruction is load GDT or IDT, global descriptor table or interrupt descriptor table. LGDT and LIDT instruction load a linear base address and limit values from a 6-byte data operand in the memory into the GDT or IDTR respectively. No flag will be affected. Next, LLDT, load local descriptor table. This instruction will load the local descriptor table register, that is LDTR. The word operand to LLDT should contain a selector to the GDT. The GDT entry should be a local descriptor table. Next, LTR, load task register. Task register, it is another register present in 386. LTR loads the task register from source register or memory location specified by the operand. So register values will be updated. It will be updated with the values specified or stored in the memory location mentioned in the instruction or in the memory address. The loaded task state segment is marked busy. A task switch does not occur. No flag will be affected. Next, LMSW, load machine status word. It will load the machine status word from the source operand. Now machine status word is a part of CR0. So to update the contents of CR0, we can use LMSW instruction. So it copies the value from source operand and copy it to the CR0. This instruction can be used to switch to protected mode. If so, it must be followed by an intra-segment jump to flush the instruction queue. We can use it to switch to the protected mode from real mode, and if you want to switch to protected mode, it must be followed by an intra-segment jump. So jump from one segment to another, a segment from real mode to segment of protected mode. LMSW will not switch back to real address mode. If you want to switch to the real address mode, we have to reset the processor. Then only we can switch from protected to real mode. No flag is affected by LMSW. Next, move CR N register or move register comma CR, control register to memory or memory to control register. We can move values from one control register to some general purpose register or from general purpose register to some control register. The flags affected are OF overflow, SF, ZF, AF, PF and CF. Same, we can move contents from general purpose register to the debug register or from debug register to general purpose. So instruction is move dr comma register general purpose to dr, move register comma dr to general purpose. The flags affected OF, SF, ZF, AF, PF and CF are undefined. Same way, we can move contents from test register to general purpose or general purpose to test registers. Two test registers are there, TR6 and TR7. Now the instructions which are IOPL sensitive, input output privilege level. If CPL is less than equal to IOPL, then only the instructions which are listed below can be executed, and the instructions are CLI clear interrupt flag, STI set interrupt flag, input IN, input from the port, INS, INSB, INSW, INSD, input from the port to string, out to the port, and out S, SB, SW, SD, output string to a port. String may be normal string, byte form, word format or double word format.